Hello everyone! Welcome to a 2v2 Warhammer battle with me bringing the Bretonnians. My ally is going to be the Empire, and we are facing off against two Beastmen. So I mentioned that I really wanted to show off Grail Guardians, so I decided to go with a Grail Guardian build. Grail Guardians, with their high base weapon strength and their very high defense, I think would be pretty good against a lot of that the Beastmen can bring against us. So I decided maybe this is the build to do it. So we have the Fan Enchantress and 4 Grail Guardians. Behind them I have upgraded Spearmen at arms, and then also 2 Knights of the Realm and a Grail Relique. For my ally here, we have Sigmar's Sons, a mixture of Flagellants, 2 Greatswords being led by Boris Todbringer, the Luminarch of Heesh, a Jade Wizard, a Handgunner, Silver Bullets, and a Witch Hunter over there in the flanks. For one Beastman player, there's going to be a total of 4 Gorbals, which is so scary. This Beastman player has a front line of Ungor Spearmen, Gore Herds, a single Bestigor in the middle, and then they are backed up by more Ungor Spears that are upgraded back here, including 3 Chaos Warhounds and a Poison, and then also a Razor Gore Herd. Where's that 3rd Chaos Warhound? I'm pretty sure they brought 3. I only see 2. Oh, there's the 3rd one. It was Vanguard to put over there. And then for the second Beastman player, we have a front line of, again, Ungor Spearmen, more Gore Herds. They have 2 Bestigors, again, the 2 Gorbals being led by Malagor the Dark Omen. And this player brought 2 Minotaurs with great weapons, which are going to be, potentially good against, any kind of cav unit. So if I ever bring a Grail Guardian build, I think I'm always going to bring the Fan Enchantress with them, simply because, let me just pause it real quick. The Grail Guardians have a melee defense of 56, which is the highest of any melee infantry. I think they beat the Chaos Knights by like 2. Not that much, but still, it's really high. But the thing is, if you team them up with the Fan Enchantress, one of her abilities, the little wind icon down there, is the -8 to melee attack of everybody around her. So actually, just hover over this. So there you go. -8 melee attack and then causes damage to combatants. So if you combine that, if you kind of keep her embedded with the Grail Guardians, then, their melee defense kind of shoots up to 64, kinda, in a way. But anyway, they become even tankier. So I think the Fan Enchantress, it's just an awesome legendary leader, but I would probably always bring her with the Grail Guardian build. The Spearmen at Arms will sit there to try and hold off enemy infantry and then also assist with any Minotaurs. I did not really bring an answer to Gorbals. Now, my ally, I knew that was bringing a Luminarch of Heesh, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to rely on my allies, Luminarch of Heesh, and their gunners to try and bring down the Gorbals that we were probably going to be facing. But anyway, here we go. I can see that this player is a little separated from their allies, so I'm just going to charge immediately right in with our 4 Grail Guardians because they are really good at killing Beastmen, low-armored infantry, even Spearmen. They're so tanky with their high melee defense, especially when you team up with the Fan Enchantress, that I'm not even worried about the Spearmen damage. It's fine. And they also have 120 armor to block the damage as well. So you can see, do a lot of good damage to the Gore Herd and this Ungor Spearman who's even upgraded. But then the Razor Gore Herds come in. We do have a Gorbal nearby, but the thing is, these Gorbals are coming in along with the Minotaurs with great weapons. So this is when I'm going to actually pull out. But we did some good damage to the Chaos Warhounds, and some of their infantry even routed this Ungor Spearman. And we took not that much damage in return because I also cast one of the healing spells, so most of the damage was negated. So I'm going to withdraw because I don't really want to fight these guys quite yet. But you can see that this player is going to send their forces in against my Imperial ally. We have some Chaos Warhounds who tried to kill this Luminarch of Heesh, but they were actually routed by some Flagellants, I believe. And then the Silver Bullets are being pulled out of the flanks, but they are going to get hit by this Chaos Warhound. I'm going to try and help them, but unfortunately the one Grail Guardian I send over to these guys is going to walk instead of run. The rest of my Grail Guardians is going to help my Imperial ally to try and rout these guys. Nice net over here. And we're just trying to do as much damage to one of the Beastman player before the second one engages, because you can see they're actually going to kind of maneuver their forces over here and try to flank us from the left. So I'm just going to kind of continually withdraw, make a new wall, and I'm going to have our Grail Guardians assist my Empire player against the other Beastman player over here. You can see we're doing a lot of good damage here, mixing the Grail Guardians in with the Flagellants and the Greatswords. Meanwhile, the Fan Enchantress is going to hold the center against these Bestigors with the Grail Relique and some Grail Guardians. Keeping the 2 Knights of the Realm in reserve for right now. I don't want to just kind of put them in willy-nilly. These guys are going to get chased off by Boris. They did do some decent damage to Silver Bullets before that happened, though. But again, you can see that we are routing a lot of the one Beastman player's forces, but the second one is now coming in, and it's going to crash on our Spears and our Grail Guardians. Going to try and cast a Chalice, but unfortunately, I actually hit a little bit of our Grail Guardians with that, but we can do a lot of good damage to these Bestigors, which is one of the units that I don't really have many tools to deal with, but we're going to get countered by a Devolve from Malagor, who is hanging out, I think, right here. Oh, that's Morgor. Malagor's somewhere. I don't know. There he is, over here. So nice default from my enemy player right there. Again, Spearman just going to be holding the flanks. I think we're going to reinforce with some Knights of the Realm now and Grail Guardians to try and hold this flank against the Beastman player, because we do have a lot of infantry in there. But the thing is, they're also putting in their Minotaurs with great weapons, and these 2 Gorbals are going to be coming as well. And that is going to be hard even for the Grail Guardians to fight. Grail Guardians don't really have much armor piercing, so Gorbals do pretty well against them. We also see some Chaos Spawn being spawned back here. Sigmar Sons are out here for some reason chasing the Gore Herd, I think. I did throw a Knights of the Realm to assist this handgunner against these Ungor Spearmen, because I didn't want them to get killed, because I need them to kill these Gorbals. As you can see, that is what they're doing right now. Excuse me. So one of the Beastman players, 2 Gorbals, are getting isolated by the Witch Hunter and these gunners, which is really good. Meanwhile, my Spearmen are going to get torn to pieces by the Beastman infantry. There's just so many of them. Also, we do have a Cygor being summoned, so I'm going to withdraw our forces. You can see we took a lot of damage from these 2 Minotaurs with great weapons and those 2 Gorbals mixed in with all of these Gores and Bestigors. So we're just withdrawing. I'm going to gather right here for a heal spell from the Fey Enchantress. I'm also going to start withdrawing my Grail Relique, because my Spearmen, they just can't take this many Beastman infantry mixed in with Cygor. Like, it's just too much. So I'm like, you know what, this is a losing battle, so we're going to have to withdraw temporarily. Meanwhile, back here, we still have the handgunners still doing some damage to the other 2 Gorbals. And you can see, again, I'm just pulling back. So we're going to have to charge here because we're getting charged by the Gorbals. So I'm trying to do a counter charge. These guys are going to come back from routing here soon, so I'm going to try and throw them back into the battle. The rest of my Spearmen are going to be routing, and they're going to route off that way. Trying to do some damage to the Minotaurs with great weapons specifically. I'm trying to target them because, again, the Gorbals are very tanky. It's kind of hard to take them out with just the Grail Guardians. I really need the help of the handgunners for that. We're going to get hit with another Devolve as I split up our forces to try and assist my ally against these 2 Gore Herds back here. And then we're going to do another withdrawal. We have mobility on our side, and more infantry was coming in, and I cannot afford to get surrounded by infantry and then murdered. Nice throw by the Cygor there, though. That was unfortunate for me. But these 2 Spearmen are going to get intercepted by this pocket of resistance, which is unfortunate. But I'm just trying to withdraw and buy time for more heal spells, basically. But unfortunately, I left my Knights behind, so they're going to get charged. So we're going to have to do another charge now, because I'm like, well, shit, my Knights are caught, so we're going to try and help them. Meanwhile, Boris Starbringers is over here trying to duke it out with some Chaos Spawn and a lot of Gore Herds, and he's trying to assassinate Morgor the Shadow Cave. Doing actually a lot of good damage to Morgor. Meanwhile, the Silver Bullets are in melee against Cygor, which I don't know if that's really what they want. But I'm more focused right here. I think that's another Devolve on us. Oh, that was Earthblood. That's our Earthblood casting on all my Knights. Just a massive amount of soldiers. I'm going to cast a Chalice spell from the Fey Enchantress here, but at the last moment, the enemy is going to try and pull their forces through, but it's still going to get caught a little bit by the by that ability. And now my 2 Spearmen who came in to try and assist the Fey Enchantress are going to be routed again, so this infantry is coming in, and I'm like, this is our cue to leave. So we're going to get hit with another Devolve from Morgor, and we're going to pull out of here, because I cannot, again, get surrounded by this enemy infantry with Gorbals mixed in. It's just, that is suicide. So we're just going to pull out. You can see we've taken a lot of damage. These are all my Grail Guardians that I have left, including 1 Knights of the Realm that I think is currently routing off. Another nice net for my allied players, Luminarch, as they're sniping out the Gorbals. So I think at this point, and I'm going to pause it because this is, as you can see, a long game, and we've taken heavy losses on both sides here. So I think 1 player's Gorbals are dead. I think there's only 1 set of Gorbals that are still left. This one is routing off the field, and this Luminarch and the bullets have been able to snipe 2 of them by now. Boris Topbringer is taking a lot of damage, but he is also dealing some damage to Morgor the Shadow Cave and these Chaos Spawn. What is that they have left here? Sigmar Sons, we have a group of Greyswords, and the Silver Bullets are mixed in here. I think they're going to route here soon. Luminarch Hish, I just have my Grail Guardians left, and I have some Spearmen over here. And you can see there's still a lot of Beastman infantry left, and this pocket of Beastman death is just so scary, being led by Malagor. 2 Gorbals, they still have the Minotaurs with great weapons and Bestigors, and it's a massive death, and I'm like, man, I'm really scared about that. So anyway, that's what's going on currently. I am afraid. Trying to get my Grail Relique out of there, but it's going to get caught. I think I'm going to go and just send it into these Chaos Spawn. As we continue to withdraw, I did manage to route this Chaos Warhound, and I'm going to route this Razor Gore Herd on our way, trying to run away from these guys. So this clump of death is now going to go up here and focus down my Grail Relique. You see the Luminarch still taking some shots here. And since they're going to do all their charges on this Grail Relique, I'm then going to use this as another chance to try and charge with our Grail Guardians. And I think I have a Knights of the Realm in here still. Or maybe these are all just Grail Guardians. No, these are all just Grail Guardians. Heavily damaged Grail Guardians and their Fey Enchantress. My Spearmen who came back from running, I'm just going to throw in here to try and assist with these Sigmar Sons against these Spearmen. They're not exactly set up to deal with Beastmen, but at least they are upgraded, so the leadership is a little higher, so they will stay on combat for a little bit longer. I think this is another Earthblood. Yeah, we have another Earthblood going down on some friendly Greatswords, the Jade Wizard, and our Grail Guardians, who are now mixed up into this just massive amount of Beastman death. So this is such a scary blob that we're fighting against. You can see we are starting to rout here with this Knights of the Realm. because they can't be affected by terror, unlike the Grail Guardians. Boris Starbreaker just out here got dealt a lot of damage from the enemy's Chaos Spawn and Morgor. Now, when these Greatswords come in, I'm going to use this as a time to withdraw. I'm going to kind of sacrifice the Greatswords here. I don't want to fight this blob of death right now. Instead, I want to use our Grail Guardians, who are really good at taking out light armored units, to try and withdraw. And we're going to try and bash into this massive amount of Beastman infantry, because I don't want this meeting up with this blob and becoming even stronger. So we're going to try and isolate it here, let these Greatswords and this Witch Hunter tank this insanely blob of death, while we try and deal with this blob of Beastmen. We also need to take out Morgor. This is the time that we really need to try and take the leadership, because I do not have much left. My ally does not have much left. Boris is almost dead. Luminarch is running. My Grail Guardians are on their last legs. I have like 30 knights, I think, in total now, because they just all died. Greatswords kind of got crushed by this blob of death, which is scary. I was hoping they'd last a little bit longer. Going to cast another one of those Chalice common spells here. Trying to hit these Bestigor specifically, because that's another unit that I have a hard time dealing with because we don't have armor piercing. And we do some decent damage. I'd say that's decent damage to them. And then we're going to get chased by that death blob, but we did deal with those 2 Hunger Spears, dealt with the Bestigor, so we did manage to break that blob of infantry before they managed to meet up with the secondary blob. Just calling them blobs. So we're going to charge here, try and snipe this Minotaur with a great weapon. You see we're going to make it rout. But we are still dealing with the greats, the 2 Gorbles, which are so scary, man. And they are just still cleaving through our Grail Guardians. But you can see Boris managed to snipe the rest of Morgor, leaving only Malagor and these 2 Gorbles as the leadership for the 2 Beastmen army. Some Knights of the Realm coming back in, but I think they're going to be rerouted here pretty soon. So once again, I'm going to disengage because I see that my ally still has a decent amount of infantry. I mean, at this point in the battle, that's a decent amount of infantry still. So I'm trying to escape because I want to fight with them. So we're going to charge this Ungor Spearman because they were coming in here to try and kind of close the noose. So we're going to charge out of here into here to try and terrorize them, which is exactly, well, not terrorize them, but kill them. They ended up being terrorized by Boris, but I wanted to make sure that we killed them before they kind of trapped us in there with the Bestigors and the Gorbals. So we are withdrawing again, going to do a temporary fight with this Gorbal. The 2 Gorbals, you can see, man, we are all on our last legs at this point. And again, I can see this Imperial Infantry over here currently dealing with the Chaos Spawn, so I'm going to withdraw again. Because I want to fight, we don't have many left. You can see there's not many knights left. So I need them to be intermixed with infantry so that they can kind of maximize their effectiveness against these 2 Gorbals that are still so very scary. I thought for a moment that I would go over here and try to rout these guys again, but I can see that the Death Blob is now heading over to what remains of my allies' infantry, so I'm going to be like, well, we don't have enough time for this. I can't afford to reroute these guys, so we're going to have to support our Greatsword allies here, the Flagellants. We saw that Witch Hunter is still alive and firing into Malagor right now, who's also taking some damage from Boris Topbringer. You can see the 2 Gorbals are going to try and kill Boris, so I'm going to be charging in and trying and distract the 2 Gorbals. I have 1 Winds of Magic left until I can cast another Earthblood, so there should be 1 Earthblood coming down here relatively soon. But you can see that a lot of my units have already mostly regenerated as much as they can at this point. But, I mean, any healing at this point is still great. Managed to rout these Bestigors, but I think they're going to come back. And now we're just dealing with the 2 Gorbals and Malagor, who's being shot at by the Witch Hunter. And focused down by my Fey Enchantress as well. As our Grail Guardians and what remains of my Spearmen are going to try and take out these Gorbals. Throughout the entire battle, I've been casting that Favor of the Fey on our Grail Guardians as well, like 3 or 4 times at this point. Which increases their melee attack by plus 58, which is huge. So you can see that Malagor is going to be affected by Terror from Boris Topbringer, and we're actually going to be able to snipe Malagor, leaving only 1 Gorbal, because this one has taken a lot of damage from our Grail Guardians. Bestigor's coming back. Malagor is now dead. We have like 20 knights left. They're all almost at the edge of death. Still 1 Gorbal. But now you can see a lot of these units are routing due to break in leadership, and now this Minotaur is also going to succumb to the wounds and is going to break, and holy shit. That was such a close battle. Oh my god. Such, like, good game to everybody. That was one of the closest games I've had. The closest game I've had in, like, weeks. Not every day you get to play a game like that. That was edge of my seat from start to finish. So scary. Honestly, I thought we were going to lose that. You probably thought we were going to lose that, judging by, like, how things looked midway through that battle, because I thought we were. I was like, oh man, this is rough. 2, you know, that death blob of like the 2 Bestigors, there was a Gore Herd, Malagor is fully healed, 2 Gorbals are basically at full strength, and I'm like, oh my god, how are we going to do this? But just repeating charges, Boris managed to do a lot of damage to the leadership, and we somehow pulled it through. other two Gorbals that died earlier on to the Luminarch and the guns definitely helped. If there were 4 Gorbals at the end of that, GG. Like, we had nothing. But for kills here, we have 30 kills on the Fey Enchantress, a lot of kills on this Knights of the Realm. These Grail Guardians did pretty good for the most part. Spearmen, looking back at this, I think instead of Spearmen, who I took specifically to hold enemy infantry and basically just to take hits for our Grail Guardians, I think instead I'll probably try Men-at-Arms with Polearms. Because then at least I have armor piercing for the Gorbals. Because that was my weakest thing. Like, I had no armor piercing really for those Gorbals, so they hurt so much. So I think if I did this build again, I would probably get some Men-at-Arms with Polearms. Probably. But in any case, Grail Guardians did really well. For my ally Sovereign here, 39 kills on Boris Toddbringer, 11 kills on a Witch Hunter, which is insane to me, because my Witch Hunters never do anything. Flagellants did really well. Sigmar Sunch, 144 kills. Grey Swords did amazing. Luminarchs did some snipes on Gorbals, and the Luminarch also sniped that Brave Shaman of Death, who I don't even think I mentioned, but there was a Brave Shaman of Death who managed to get 1 or 2 Spirit Leeches off on my allies Jade Wizard before I got sniped by the Luminarch. But for Slate X here, we have 42 kills on Morgor, which is really good. They managed to summon like 3 or 4 Chaos Spawn throughout that entire battle, which is also so scary, including a summon Cygor, which is scary. Gorbals did pretty good. I think these were the Gorbals that got sniped off earlier, I think, judging by this army composition. The Chaos Warhounds did some good damage against Handgunners and the Luminarch of Hysh. Razorgore, I'm not entirely sure. I didn't really see what it really did. But the Goreherd infantry did pretty good. Beskor did pretty good. And then Killer Queen, a lot of kills on Malagor, considering he's a caster. Gorbals did really well, killing my Cav. These Beskors did really well. Like, these all did really well. Got a ton of kills. And the Minotaurs definitely murdered a lot of my Grail Guardians, which was unfortunate. But again, good game to everybody involved. I hope you enjoyed that battle, because damn, that was a good one. And let's go watch a cinematic view of this one.
It shall be done!
With haste!
Immediately! Attack! Moving out! Quick now! Immediately! Post haste!
I thought there was some Chaos Hounds. Oh, they already withdrawing. Look at all those beasts. I leave my spearmen to die.
Quickly!
At speed!
Ever onward!
Moving at pace! Quick now!
Swiftly!
As you say, on our quick march! Immediately! To back at once! Make it swiftly!
Hurry!
Hastily! Be done! All right. As you say, make haste! Justice and honor!
A pace!
The enchantress grants
Death!
for the king! Hastily! 'Tis an honor! Marching!
At once!
Oh, there's that Razorgore herd. They're out here fighting greatswords.
To war! Get them down! Ride them down! Moving at pace!
Done!
Post haste!
Winds of magic!
Withdraw!
Rise!
Kill them all!
At speed!
Beware! Foul every
Gairan! Alforni!
Run, men! Withdraw!
From the lady!
Immediately!
Retourne!
Pull back! Trample them! Clear out! Attack!
From Retourne!
We'll... 'Tis done! At once! We obey!
Done!
Moving at pace!
What up, Boris?
Forthwith!
With haste!
With haste!
Swiftly!
Hurry!
Glory calls!
Destroy them!
The Lion's will! Full aim! To victory! Like
My
it!
lady calls! Quickly!
Glory! Hammer them!
Go swiftly! Armor!
Withdraw! Fight for your life!
Attack!
Sharia, protect us! Full hasty!
Post haste!
The Lion's
Very well!
These poor greatswords, man. I left them to die.
At once!
Forthwith!
Swiftly! Immediately!
Onward! Quickly!
Break them! Cut them down!
From the lady!
Obey!
What I shall! Lakai Saiton!
Bound by honor!
Of course!
Use the silver mirror! Reflect the spell! For honor!
End
They
them!
may have caught a couple Crow Guardians.
Honor the lady!
At speed! Come forth! Very well!
Goodbye, Morgor.
Withdraw!
Post haste! For our lady! Swiftly. Post haste.
With haste!
With haste. Hurry. Amont. Bretagne. Forthwith. Apace.
For Our Lady!
Oh, that witch hunter though.
Protects Bretonia!
Quickly. Holy wrath.
Hastily! On to glory! With haste! Cut them down! Have at him!
Swiftly. At once.
How's he gonna shoot anything? Use the silver mirror! Deflect the scale! The Lady's shield protects us from their magic!
At speed. Apace. Slay them. Benwee. Orion. Benwee. Hear me, Lily.
Man, what an intense battle that was. Good God. But again, I hope you enjoyed it, everybody. I will see you all in the next one. Take care.